You came out of a meeting, you just realized that the project you've been working on has not gone well, and it is your skills and leadership that's on display for failure. What you need to understand is that as you are progressing forward, even though this might be one of the things that is the hardest thing to deal with, it is needing you to understand that failure is a functionality towards success. That when you are finding that you are experiencing failure or that things that you are doing are not going as planned, you have to understand that that is confirmation for you to continue developing. Development is something that is a core to becoming the best version of who you can be in that business space that you're in. Now, I call it the rule of seven, and that is that you need to understand that no matter where you are or what you do, whether you go through vocational school, whether you go through business school, whether you just go straight into business, there is going to be a period of time, we're just going to go ahead and assume that it's around 2 years of time, where you are learning that skill set. And during that time frame, you are going to be being inundated with all these new things that you need to understand and know. But you need to know that that is only going to carry you for so long and so far. And once you get to the point where this is in line with where you need to be to be functional in that role and in that space, then you begin to actually see that that's where the power comes. And you can run for about 5 years. So that's why I kind of call it the rule of seven. You learn for a couple of years, and then you have enough knowledge and skill and experience to run for 5 years. And in that time frame, you're going to be seeing that there's going to be things that you have success at and failure at, but overall, it's going to drive you to a new space. And when you get to the end of that time frame, that's where most of the frustration starts to show up. That's where you start understanding that you need to have this balance of what we call the skills challenge balance, right? Where you have to have enough of a challenge to drive your skills forward, because if it doesn't do that, boredom can set in or discontentment can set in. And so you need to keep always sharpening that toolbox to make sure that the things you're doing are challenging you enough to bring out the best skills you've got. And at the end of that 7 year time period, you go back in and you start learning again so that you can have a different kind of run. The goal is that if you actually embrace this, you'll be able to be learning constantly and extending that time constantly and never having this wall that you hit up against. So with that, I hope this encourages you, and I hope you guys have a great and amazing day.